Speak life now. Yep, I'm talking about it again. I know y'all wondering, what in the world? Why is she constantly talking about speaking life now? I'm constantly talking about it because it's a passion. I'm constantly talking about it because I know I created my world with my words. We have the power of death and life in our tongue. We can speak death or we can speak life. See, I'm telling you these things, and I'm so passionate about it because I'm going to give y'all a couple of examples of some of the things I've said and how it came to pass, good or bad. Now, what brought this on is a couple of days ago, I was speaking with a prophetess, an older lady, precious woman of God, but she was going through a financial situation. And she said out of her mouth, because of, she thought it sounded cute. It was a good little jingle. She said, my money is funny and my change is strange. I immediately said, hold up, wait a minute. What you say? I said, that ain't cute. That ain't funny. You want to make a change in your financial situation, you need to start speaking faith now. And immediately she agreed. She said, you're right. I thought it sounded cute, but I realized that's not cute. See, we can say stuff jokingly and jesting and like, oh, I was just kidding, but the words have gone out of my mouth. They have gone out of our mouth. And the scriptures talk about we will be held accountable for every idle word. And it's like, oh, is it cute? Okay, let me give you an illustration here. I heard it said, and I've seen illustrations showing that your mouth is like a gun and your words are bullets. Okay, so think about this. Is it fun and joking if somebody's running around in your neighborhood, your kids out there playing, everybody out there having a barbecue, having a good time, and somebody running around the neighborhood shooting a gun, talking about, oh, I was just joking, just kidding, I'm just having fun. You can kill somebody. People go hit the ground when they start hearing the guns. But yet, we can say anything out of our mouth, jokingly, jesting, and say, I was just kidding. No. I'm not trying to be overly deep, or maybe I am. I'm not trying to be overly serious, or maybe I am. Because it is a serious thing. And if you want your life to change, the key to it first is to control your tongue. I'm saying these things to you because I have said things before I understood the principle and it came to pass. Just because you may not understand the principle concept, it doesn't mean that you won't have consequences because of it. For example, gravity. You can stand on top of the tallest building and think you're going to fly. But because of gravity, unless you have on a parachute or something, splat, you're going to hit the ground. The principle will work. So, another reason why I'm talking about Speak Life Now right now is because 2 days ago, I was on my job. And my supervisor said something to me, and I made a comment. It was funny. I shouldn't have said it. And I knew after I said it, I was like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. But I didn't correct it. So on yesterday, the Lord said to me, go back, tell your supervisor what you said you shouldn't have said. Why? Because I don't want to cause someone else to stumble. She know I'm a Speak Life Now girl. Got it up there in my off on my little board there, Speak Life Now. But y'all gonna say something in a joking manner. People are listening to us. They're not only watching, they're listening to what's going to come out of our mouth. And I don't want to be the one that's going to cause somebody else to stumble because I'm trying to be funny and say a joke. Nope. Another example. When I got married the second time, my first marriage was terrible, okay? The only good thing that came out of it was my wonderful son. But it was terrible. So when I went into the second marriage, because of the effects of the first marriage, I said out of my mouth, this probably not going to work either. And it didn't. I said it. It's my fault. I said it. A good example, another example of something good I said. I was down in this area that I live in now with my sister, who's a photographer, and we was taking pictures out here by the hotel. And I was laying there taking pictures and all that, and I had put up the testimony about that before, but out of my mouth I said, when I stood up and looked at the hotel, I said, this is a beautiful hotel. I said, I could sell this hotel to my church folk. That's what I said. At that time, I was working downtown Richmond. I was living in Petersburg. And then I lost that job, lost that home. Ended up moving down here. I worked somewhere else for a little while, just a little, get something in my hands. But then the job opening came to be the sales manager for the church market. So when I had the interview, I told them, I said, a couple of years ago, I was laying out front by those, you had some red azaleas out front, and GM was like, yeah. I said, yeah, I was laying out there, I was taking pictures, and when I stood up, I looked at the hotel and I said, I can sell this to my church folk. He said, what? I said, yeah, that's what I said. I said, I can sell this hotel to my church folk. After the Lord gave me the job, he said, I remembered your words. See, you guys, I'm telling you stuff that I know that it works. I'm not telling you, and it's in the scripture. We know it's in the scripture. But I'm a witness. I'm living it out every day. I'm living it out every day. I had to learn how to speak life over myself when I was going through the self-image type things. I still have to deal with that. I still have to deal with it. But I have to speak life over myself. You have to speak life over your children. Once you start speaking life over your seed, watch things change. Watch it change. But you gotta what's the word I'm looking for? You've got to what's the word I'm looking for? You gotta discipline your mouth and start speaking life over your child. Are you saying what the schools are saying, the negative reports they send you? Or are you getting down, sitting down with these children, talking to them, finding out what's going on with them, finding out what's going on in their soul, dealing with it and speaking life? But see, a lot of times the issue is you got to deal with yourself first, and then you can deal with your seed. Because your seed is magnifying what's really in you. That's something else. This is the truth. I'm telling you, these are things that I had to learn. When I started speaking life over everybody that meant something to me, I mean, it just started changing, but I had to learn how to discipline my mouth. I have an assignment for you guys today. Make a conscious decision today to monitor your mouth. Watch what you're saying. Really make a conscious and think about it. Oh, why did I say that? And not to get in condemnation. It ain't about condemnation. It's about change. Okay? Monitor what you're saying out of your mouth. People are listening to you. You are the hope for most people. And if you start speaking doubt, what are they going to do? But when they see somebody of faith, no matter what they're going to, always staying on their faith. So whenever they can think about, even if they leave the job or go somewhere else, they're going to remember I worked with her. I remember I worked with him. And they always spoke faith. Lord, help me. Increase my faith. It's a now faith. It's a now thing. Speak life now. It's now. Speak life now. Change your world with your words. Don't load your mouth with death bullets. Have life coming out of your mouth. Speak life now. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. He said you can say to them out all these things about speaking. We can speak it into existence. In Genesis, we saw he spoke. He spoke. He saw darkness. He saw the earth without form and void. But he spoke and said, let there be light. And there it was. That's in the beginning. That's the foundation, the mouth first. Let's deal with that first. I love you guys. I just want y'all life to change. It starts with your mouth. Change your words. Change your world. Remember, what are you saying and who is listening? Have a wonderful day. Speak life now.